Hey guys, I'm Landon, joined by Mason,
Yo.
and this is our first episode of Past Midnight. Hopefully,
Only 11, but
well, that's not the point of the show. We don't have to film it after midnight.
okay.
The point is because you play games past midnight, so it's PASSED, not PAST.
Okay.
Going to be talking about Mirror's Edge, the first one, and Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Yep.
So I recently played Catalyst, and he recently played Mirror's Edge.
Yep.
So to start us off, why don't you tell us a little about Mirror's Edge?
Well, Mirror's Edge, of course, is a first-person platforming game. It's a 3D platformer. And it's about a female protagonist named Faith. And she essentially carries information and receives information and takes it to her people. And this game is set in a dystopian future, and it's kind of, there's a political arms race happening at the time, and she gets caught up a little bit in a situation. She gets a call from her sister, and she goes to figure out what's going on, and her sister's there with a corpse.
Corpse. I think it's pretty fair that we can spoil the first game.
FYI, the game's been out for a little while.
I think it came out in 2008.
We were in high school still.
Yeah.
We were babies.
Yeah, it was grade 10-ish? Well, we were grade 10-ish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it essentially opens up from there. Like her sister got
Framed.
Framed. Her sister got framed for it, and her sister's a policeman actually.
Yep.
Or a police officer.
Yep.
And whereas you are a runner, that's what they're called.
Yep.
And it's illegal to be a runner because they are dangerous.
Yeah. She's kind of dealing with trying to
Just
bring down the politics and
it's
all that.
like dealing with information. Yeah, I guess it's not that running's illegal. It's the fact that she's running to. She's essentially like an information trader.
Yeah.
And therefore, she's a traitor to the government.
Great thing about the game, really, though, is the platform. Trader?
Yeah,
She's a traitor.
Yeah.
And a trader.
Okay. But yeah, as Mason said, it's the hook with this game is it's first person parkour game.
Yep.
That was this is before every game and their mother had parkour in it.
Yep.
So before
it was around at the same time as Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed just started up. I think it was on its second Assassin's Creed at the time.
Yep.
Both of us had played it. We both enjoyed the first game
A lot.
What I mostly enjoyed were the time trials.
Definitely. It doesn't help that the game had a semi-lackluster story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit of knowledge trivia. That was the first game I bought DLC for.
Really?
Yep. EA time trials.
Oh, yeah. There was only 3 time trials that came out there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it was the time trials were really where most of the fun was.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty linear, the game, but the thing that made it great was the options. So instead, you could just simply run and climb a ladder and walk up a set of stairs, or you could run off a wall, turn, push off, grab a ledge, and pull yourself up,
Mm-hmm.
which is quicker, but there's a lot more minutia with the platforming because you have a wall run, a turnaround button, a push button, and a grab button.
Mm-hmm. Or you could just climb a ladder.
Or you could climb a ladder, which is slow and boring.
Yeah. And you're mostly being chased at and shot at.
Yeah. And the real fun is finding the quicker routes.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick up one of their guns and shoot back, but it's not fun.
Yeah, there's an achievement or a trophy to play the game without shooting anyone.
Yep.
So
it was a great game. The ending was a little lackluster. It was really lackluster.
yeah, there's a twist in the game where there's someone that's working for the government.
That's also a runner.
Yeah, that's what I was your BFF.
Yep.
Which you never see their relationship develop.
Nope.
You never see. I don't even remember. All I know is they're blonde.
Yep.
So, going on to the story, talking about the twist and the reveal, the story is garbage.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
I give the story a 4 or 5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's completely forgettable.
But the reason the game's a cult classic is the tightest platforming.
I don't call it cult classic, just classic.
You think it's not a cult classic?
It just had a AAA release.
For a Catalyst.
Yeah, it just had a AAA release.
Yeah.
Which
we will talk about later.
At the time, for example, what's another cult classic? Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yeah.
Is that a cult classic now?
Yeah. It's a cult classic.
It's very popular. The first one was
Yeah.
a cult classic.
The first Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I don't know how many.
Because there's one coming out on Fox, starring Laverne Cox.
I guess it's a cult classic at the time.
Yeah.
Certainly popular enough to warrant a AAA sequel.
Definitely.
What about visually? How is it visually?
It's interesting to look at a lot of just like glaringly white everything with a few like red obstacles and they're like, here's the easy route, climb this hole. It's red.
Oh, yeah, it was a runner vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think it stands up today. The graphics.
Oh, it looks good. It's hard on the eyes.
And from what I remember, like the load times weren't bad or anything like that.
Nope.
There
Definitely
wasn't
not Syndicate bad.
There wasn't any
Or PS1 bad, so slightly better than Syndicate.
There wasn't any like glaring glitches or anything like that.
Oh, the PC version did have a glitch that literally led to time trials.
I guess, but like nothing that was
Or
game breaking for us.
No.
Like
Played on
the
the Xbox
casual
originally.
players. So like it had the time trials, so you could do best scores.
Yeah.
Against your friends, stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, I think it was a very solid title. It's holds up today. It's free on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
I'm sure a year ago, so had a lot more people play it, and which only does good things for the sequel.
So one of the more unique characters is works with one of the politicians. He sounds like a 1970s wrestler, like Hulk Hogan or Macho Man, and he dies, and of course, in a lackluster way as well.
You know, I found that the combat in Mirror's Edge is very lackluster. I find that, like DICE. Okay, so DICE is people behind Battlefield, right?
Yeah.
They're behind the new Battlefront.
Mhm.
And then, of course, the Mirror's Edges. With Battlefield, they have really nice moments. I wouldn't say nice, but they have like kind of like big moments in the campaign and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That can be pretty epic. But with Mirror's Edge, it's just like it just misses the mark all the time.
Yep.
With every kind of big revelation, with big scenes, stuff like that. Set pieces, it's not good. Like there's a big set piece that I love in Mirror's Edge where you're in like the abandoned building and you have to make your way up
And it's not like these scaffolding kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you eventually get to a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And then you shoot the tire out of the vehicle.
But transporting, I believe, one of the politician or something.
Mm-hmm. And there's actually a really cool glitch, or a glitch. There's a cool Easter egg where if you shoot, you have to shoot some things, and then a giant rat appears.
You showed me that when we were when I first played that.
Yeah. So
One of my favorite places to platform was actually in the sewers.
yes, the sewers are really good. I remember long falls and green pipes.
Yep, and a lot of swinging and jumping up
Yeah,
boxes.
like
Yeah.
oh, people knew what I was getting at, so.
Just hoping. It was like, what are these guys doing? Is this the new dance move? Are they dapping?
Dapping. Are they swinging? Oh, never mind. Moving on to Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Yeah.
The one that I
Long-waited review. A lot of hype for this one.
Yes. I rented it.
Yep.
I wasn't going to waste any money on it, and I'm glad I didn't.
There's a couple big key changes they did.
Dogan sends his best. Enjoy your freedom.
Faith Connors. Wherever I turn, there you are. The only language you and your kind speaks is destruction.
It's good to have you back, girl.
I heard some runner got out of juvie today. What are you gonna do next?
I'm gonna run.
So the big thing, the first change to Mirror's Edge is the fact that it's open world. And when I first heard about that, I was thinking, oh, cool, this is going to be great. Some of my favorite games, open world. You got like Skyrim, Dark Souls,
Brink.
Red Dead. Red Dead Redemption, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mass Effect. That wasn't open world. It was kind of, no, it wasn't. Anyway, so
you could do open stuff on the little ship in the
Don't
first one. I
remind
loved
me.
that.
it was the
Someone loves that noise.
I'm completely blanking what it's called. The row.
Mako.
The Mako.
The Mako.
I'm sure that's an acronym.
Mako
for-
Tsunami from Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's probably a bad acronym.
Or I have nothing.
Yeah, I'm blanking.
Don't have the time to be humorous.
So, yeah. So open worlds. You think it's gonna be great, right?
A make or break.
Yes, make it or break it. And they broke it.
Oh.
They so with a game like Skyrim or Red Dead even.
Yeah.
You get like a mini progression system, well, bigger in Skyrim compared to Red Dead.
Yeah.
But with Mirror's Edge Catalyst, the same thing. There's a progression system, which automatically means you don't have all the abilities.
I know one that really messed with the timing. I watched him. He streamed some of it. Is when you would land in the first one, you could push a button and you would do a roll. It keeps some of your momentum. Where here, you just did a splat. You just face planted.
Yeah, and that happened over
And over.
and over
And over.
and over. So yeah, which meant so like if you want to do the time trial stuff like that, you couldn't get the 3-star rankings.
Until endgame.
Yeah, because you didn't have everything unlocked. So there's a grappling hook eventually, which is really cool. Which I think every game needs a grappling hook.
Every game. Madden would be so much better with a grappling hook.
Imagine just like hooking people in the legs or something.
Or like how fast you would go if you like latched onto like the speedy dude.
Or-
You're just a lineman. Just have like a 180-pound guy pull you.
Or let's say like the ball's flying, and then you like grapple hook the ref, and then the ref can't see it fall, and then
And
you just
then
like grab it and run.
That's an option.
Yes. Like Uncharted grappling hook, right?
Yeah.
Dead Island, they had a grappling hook,
Far Cry 4 had one.
became a time light. Why did that mess me up? Far Cry 4 had one as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like it was Far Cry 3, grappling hook added equals Far Cry 4.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And co-op. So, but yeah. So grappling hook in the game, all these things, but you're locked out of them.
So some of the abilities you're locked out of is like the ability to turn when you push off of something, jump off of something.
Yeah.
Which really slows down everything.
One thing I gotta give credit though is like the fighting. Fighting's a lot more smoother in this game. Even though the game tells you to avoid fights at all costs.
Yeah.
The story forces you to do some. So with that, when you like finish guys, you get like these cool little animations like finisher moves and stuff like that.
Like Mortal Kombat.
Yes,
But more
exactly
graphic.
like Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
It's more graphic in Mirror's Edge Catalyst. And with that, which move brings you to the next point of like the missions forcing you to do things. And with the progression system being locked, all this stuff, you're forced to do missions. So at that point, I really felt like I was just like getting through the missions.
Just to get to the time trial.
Yes, exactly. Because that's the big part of Mirror's Edge is getting to point A to point B quickly. Like I don't want to hear about your crappy dialogue. I don't want to hear about your like B plot story. It's like bad drama. It's a very bad drama.
Days of Our Lives Catalyst.
Yeah, it's worse than Days of Our Lives.
It's probably pretty close.
And which brings me to Faith herself.
Yeah.
For real quick, there's a couple characters. You got Faith, you have Isaac, you have Noah. It's really hitting the nose on the head. Wait, it's really hitting the. These names are all on the nose. So, like, very subtle the game in the story.
Just a little. But just have faith in what Landon's saying.
Yes. Like, I was surprised that at the end, the characters weren't like, so, turns out all we needed was a little faith.
Have faith.
So, yeah, they just George Michaels it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was surprised that they didn't do that because it just has how the writing felt and everything.
Yeah.
And they introduced so many characters that you're supposed to be afraid of, or that are supposed to have huge histories.
But no backstory to them.
Yeah, and you're like, I have no idea who this is. Why am I afraid of talking to this woman with short hair? Oh, no one has long hair in the game.
We have long hair.
We have long hair.
We aren't in the game.
But no one has long hair in the game. Like, all women have short hair whatever. Like that's fine. Like short hair is fine, but
Could be pushing the idea of the dystopian future and everything's a little more forced.
yeah, it is. So like you start off in the city of glass, and it's for one the game looks beautiful.
Yeah.
But as a result, the game is bogged down by load times. Like the load times are not good. So even graphically comparing it to PC, because I played on PS4.
Yeah.
The PC version looks a ton better.
Like
Like
probably loads a lot quicker.
yeah, like the lighting is better, everything. But we're not here comparing those games.
No.
The PC and the PS4 version. It is weird because like the time trials, you would start them, and like I think I'm pretty good at the game, right?
Yeah.
You'd start them, and you'd be like, oh, so I just have to go up here, and people are finishing it in like 18 seconds, and it takes me at least 30 to even get to a good position to see where I have to go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how in the world are people getting up here? Oh, that's because I didn't have the grappling hook unlocked. Well, I guess I can't do that. And it's like, there's an area for a time trial where you have to do a double wall jump.
But without the ability to turn.
Yeah, and without the ability to wall jump. Or wall run, I mean. You
Oh.
do a double wall run. So it's like, how are people able to do this? I can't even finish this time trial. So it's
One thing that's also a little bit clunky is you don't fast travel to the time trials.
yes. Yeah. You actually if you played it once, you can fast travel to it.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna play a time trial, fail, and then leave to go do something else. I'm gonna keep going at that until I beat it. So, which like maybe that's good if I want to get world records, or it's like, oh, someone took over my world record by 0.8 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll show them fast
You did it
travel
by
to the thing.
0.01.
Yeah, so it's just like, it just wasn't. Didn't feel thought out. Like the world itself, though, getting from point A to point B, like oh, I start here, I have to go to this mission. It's fine, like getting there and
Yeah.
stuff. Like it's very condensed, but there's not a lot to do in it.
Do you feel like you have less of an option to, because in the first one you have a straight path, you're going A to B, so you have these different ways to get there. Do you feel like it's more forced, like they're just telling you to go one particular way?
No, like when you are mission structure wise, there's some missions are indoors, so you have to
Yeah.
go certain ways, and you have to like trigger cutscenes. So, like, but to get to those cutscene triggers, you can go multiple ways. So,
Okay.
luckily they still kept that, but then you're rewarded by cutscenes, and they're just like even the voice acting sometimes is bad. And I want to talk about Faith as well.
Okay.
So they talk about Faith as being the strong character, right?
Yeah.
You start off in jail.
Good start.
I'm only going to talk about like the first 10 minutes of the game. You start off in jail, so you have to get out of jail. Well, you don't have to get out. You're free.
So you don't pass go
Yeah.
collect 200.
No, you don't. It's just like, oh, you waited 2 years. You're free now.
Oh.
So it's like, oh, all right then. And then you just like go talk to, you just go talk to whoever, Dogan, Noah, I don't know.
Dugan.
Yeah. So you just go talk to them, and they're like, Faith, blah 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 blah. Are you sure you still have it? And then it's like, well, I don't know. Like, let me like play the game and let's find out. And then it's like, you were once the best, but since you were in jail for 2 years, do all these little mini trials.
Yeah.
So it's like I get it from a gameplay point.
Yeah, a simple tutorial.
Mm-hmm. It's just like, come on, just like let me do it. And then
There's no option to skip it, is there, either?
no, and it makes, and then that introduces you to the progression system. So it's like, oh, I can't do this because I don't have this.
Yeah.
So I better go do one of these poopy side missions. And some things are only unlocked by doing story. So
So it's not that you don't unlock them by doing a certain amount of like getting points.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Getting XP or finding all the collectibles, something like that. Which, by the way, there's 300 plus collectibles,
Wow.
which is needed for the trophies.
You didn't get the platinum, did you?
I have 2 trophies away.
Is that one of them?
I already got that one.
Oh.
Yeah, they're called grid nodes or gridlocks.
Huh.
There's tiny things you just run by. But so they build this Faith character up as strong, independent, and every second mission she's crying. And then who comes and helps her? Some guy. where it's
So
like
she's not as strong as independent.
Yeah,
as the
where-
game would like you to believe.
yeah. So it's like there's a scene near the end where she's crying and she's like, "There's nothing I can do." Oh, melodramatic. That's what I want. That's the word I was looking for. It's very melodramatic. Anyway,
Yeah.
so she's just like sobbing or whatever. And she's like, "Wah wah wah." My life's poopy. And of course here comes some male character that's like, it's okay, you can do it. And then they're like, you're right,
He
I
can
can
do
do
it.
it. That's pretty much how it goes.
Which kind of defeats the purpose of the character they really established in the first one. She really was strong and she really was independent.
Mhm.
She fought this giant political corruption almost by herself.
Mhm.
With, tidbits of help, but it seemed like everyone was kind of more out to get her. And she didn't complain. Well, she didn't really outwardly cry about it. She stuck to it. She was a strong, independent character. A great, great antagonist.
Mhm.
Protagonist. She was not the villain.
Which is gonna bring me to the villain of Mirror's Edge Catalyst. It's a guy named, I don't know, he runs some security firm, Krugersec, and whatever, I don't remember. But there's like a big mystery with him, and it's like, and then it's like, they try to like do a twist reveal. It's like, no, I know that all along.
Yeah.
And even with another twist reveal earlier, so like there's this thing, and you're like, wait, is that thing from before?
We're trying to not spoil it by being very opaque.
Yeah, so it's like, wait, is that thing from before? And then you unlock a trophy, where it's like, you discovered the truth, and I'm like, wait, but it wasn't outwardly told that that's that thing. And then the next mission is like, it's like, don't affect that thing because that thing is this to me.
The describing of it is so much better by having to be completely vague.
And
It's making it just sound like we're total morons.
and so it's very nonchalant, this twist, which I think. Are you looking at yourself?
My arms are like all in front of my face and my face disappeared.
Well, and that's a bonus for us. Anyway, so it's very nonchalant with how it goes, and like it's poor writing. They don't know how to pace a story properly. DICE.
Nope.
Like don't.
Which is seen in the first one as well.
Yeah, like don't write for females anymore, please, DICE. Get with the times.
Yep.
They need to hire someone like Anita Sarkeesian or something to help with the writing.
Because she did a great, I believe it was supposed to be an 18-part series
Mhm.
where she took funding for to make a video, but that's a side note. Either way, she knows how a strong, independent woman should be.
Anyway, yeah. So it's just like
She actually
It's-
references Faith in one of her videos.
it's just baffling. I'm sure she does. It's just baffling, like the directions they take in
Yeah.
in the game, and it's completely forgettable.
And it also makes the platforming a little bit forgettable
Yes, it does.
because you start with such a shell of a character compared
and
to the first one.
It sucks too because in the promotional material for Mirror's Edge Catalyst, it's like they try to build it up like it's some big epic story, right? So
Yeah.
it's like just got out of juvie, you're the best runner I know, all this stuff, and then like Kruger 6 after us or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like it just falls on its face over and over.
And over.
So, would I recommend it? I would recommend that you play it, but not to buy it. Especially like for us in Canada, it's $88.
It's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of money to play a boring first 70% of the game before it's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing is you are pigeonholed to playing the story.
Yeah.
To really get the full effect of the game, and it's not like Uncharted, where it's like you want to play the story.
You
And-
have to do it to unlock new abilities.
Like the thing with Uncharted is you got like cool climbing mechanics.
Yep.
Witty and fun characters.
Mhm.
And
A good backstory for every character in there.
yeah, including Sam, who was never mentioned until this one, and entertainment, right? And what when you think Mirror's Edge, what do you think?
Platforming.
You think platforming? Let us do the platforming. Get to it. Skip. Maybe that's what they did. Was they're like, oh, let's just try to let's just shoehorn in this story because it feels like that.
I feel like it probably detracted from a lot of new players from enjoying the game because the climbing and the platforming was so clunky at the beginning of the game
Yeah,
that it probably got an even worse rap than it deserved. Because endgame, the climbing's fun.
yeah, it's great. Like, because then you can really figure out how to get through it. Maybe if I didn't play the first Mirror's Edge, it'd be better.
Yeah.
Because then I'd be completely fresh to it. Because, like, let's say you throw a controller at someone who hasn't played Mirror's Edge before, and then you give them a list of what each button does.
Yeah.
They might be a little overwhelmed. But
Yeah.
For someone who has played a game once in my life before,
He's played one game.
which happened to be the first Mirror's Edge, so
Yeah.
this is the perfect video. I felt restricted a ton.
Yeah.
So, yeah, would you recommend playing the first Mirror's Edge?
I would definitely recommend anyone go out and play it. Even if the story is a lackluster mess, a piece of garbage. That was my phone. Thank you, good doggy.
At least it's a quick story.
It's a quick story,
Mhm.
and you can do all of the different varying forms of platforming and climbing right off the beginning.
Plus, at the time it came out, there was no, parkour wasn't big.
No.
So, now in 2016, where every game has parkour in it, it needs to do something more.
Would you recommend people play this Catalyst?
Like I said, I wouldn't recommend buying it. Renting it, yes. Maybe pick it up if it's like, oh, he's in parkour.
He's not very good at parkour.
He's at the beginning of the game.
He
And
doesn't unlock all his abilities.
so
if you didn't notice, he fell on his face.
so imagine
Over
so if
and over.
so he. Well, I'm still talking about my dog. Anyway, pick it up if it's like $29.
Yeah.
It's great. You're gonna get your money's worth. They need to do something different. Like I said, adding grappling hook was good. Maybe they needed to add multiplayer.
Yeah.
That would have been the bomb.
Diggity.
It would have, but they just did nothing. Like it'd be so fun to do like multiplayer portal puzzles, kind of,
Definitely.
where you're in like a big warehouse or something, and it's like, okay,
We have to climb up something, push a box down,
Yeah.
so someone can get to another particular ledge.
yeah, so it'd be like, okay, you have to push that button. Well, I have to go over here and pull this thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, let's go, and then you do it, and then and so you do both it, and you have 10 seconds to get to the center or whatever, right?
Mhm.
I don't design games; I play them.
Yeah.
So it needs something like that, something to make it fresh. The story did not do it. Yeah. It wasn't even unique. Like I said, your characters that were like just subtle. It hits you in the face with it, and it's like no story at all. The game actually, the loading screen tells you about a comic book that you should read to find out some backstory.
Like Destiny Year 1.
Yeah, except the Glimmer was free. Wait, Glimmer? The Grimoire cards were free and on the website.
Mhm.
I don't know where you can get this comic book from. I don't browse comic book shops.
We're a different type of dork.
So, but yeah, it's like you should never have to read something beforehand to understand something else better.
No.
Okay, I guess I should rephrase that. Tell a good story, and if you want to add supplements to it, you can do that.
Yeah.
Like the Mass Effect series, right? You have a great story in the games, and then the first 3 books are good, written by Drew Karpyshyn. The 4th book's not. But that being said, like those are nice additions to it. With the comic book and the game, like you need both of them to enjoy it.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if you had the comic book
Comic
Dur-
the game maybe?
during the loading screens or something.
Yeah.
Because you see so much of them.
Or even with it come with the game. I remember Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions came with a mini comic that
Yeah.
sort of gave backstory to like Noir and some of the other characters that people wouldn't have been familiar with.
The new Hitman movie, great movie, #1 in the box office, comes with a comic book
It was in an office of boxes.
to tell
It was the only movie we had in the office.
the story after the movie.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, Mirror's Edge Catalyst and Mirror's Edge are both very good titles in their own way, but play Mirror's Edge first and then play Catalyst if you were to play it.
Yeah.
That's our viewpoint.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I've been Landon, and this is
Mason.
and that was Past Midnight. Thank you.
Bye.
It's 11:10.
Yeah.
Poor Shelby. Hey, dude. Oh, you want me to stand here? Okay. Oh, all right. Big show off. Yeah, I wish I could do that.